On September 17th last year, Israel pulled off what was termed the covert operation of the century by many. Around 3,000 pagers used by Lebanon-based Hezbollah members exploded simultaneously, injuring and killing a significant number of active personnel. Ukraine has now achieved something similar. On June 1st, Ukraine launched Operation Spiderweb, a sophisticated drone attack targeting Russian air bases deep within Russian territory. This operation, executed by the Security Service of Ukraine, SBU, under the supervision of President Volodymyr Zelensky, marked a significant escalation in the Russo-Ukrainian war. The operation's geographical reach, with the strike on Belaya Air Base in Siberia being 4,300 kilometers or 2,670 miles from Ukraine, underscored its audacity and strategic intent. In this video, Defense Updates reports on Ukraine's Operation Spiderweb. Before we proceed, a word on NordVPN, which is one of the most trusted and fastest VPN brand that has a no-log policy validated by Deloitte. NordVPN provides a 256-bit encrypted tunnel that protects your privacy and also enables you to access contents that are blocked based on geolocation. Its threat protection system helps you avoid phishing, scams, and malware. NordVPN application is available for all the major platforms as well as browsers. Get an exclusive NordVPN deal with massive saving by going to nordvpn.com/defense or clicking the link in the description. It's risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. The targets were the high-value strategic assets, namely Tu-22M3, Tu-95 and Tu-160 strategic bombers, as well as A-50 AEW and C aircraft. Tu-22M3 is a supersonic and heavy bomber with a variable sweep wing design and is an upgrade of original Tu-22. The bomber can reach the speeds of Mach 1.88, has a range of around 6,800 kilometers or around 4,225 miles, and has a service ceiling of 13,500 meters, 44,290 feet. Russia built about 497 Tu-22 bombers, but currently around 55 are operational. It has been used to launch old supersonic Kh-22s, newer Kh-32 variants, as well as Kinzhal hypersonic missile against Ukraine. Tu-95 is a large four-engine, turboprop-powered strategic bomber and missile platform. First flown in 1952, it is the only propeller-powered strategic bomber still in operational use today. It has a maximum speed of Mach 0.75 and a range of 15,000 kilometers or 9,300 miles. The bomber has two 23mm Gryazev-Shapunov GSH-23 autocannon and tail turret, and can carry up to 15,000 kilograms, 33,000 pounds of ammunition. Apart from guided and unguided bombs, it can be used to deploy standoff weapons like Kh-101 and 102 missiles. Russia currently has about 57 Tu-95MS in service, which is a modernized variant. Tu-160 Blackjack is the largest combat aircraft in the world, with a maximum takeoff weight of about 275 tons. It is powered by four Kuznetsov NK-32 afterburning turbofan engines, the most powerful ever fitted to a combat aircraft. It is a variable geometry wing aircraft capable of reaching Mach 2.0 speed at altitude and has a maximum range of 2,000 kilometers or 1,200 miles. Apart from traditional bombs, the payload can include 12 Raduga Kh-55SM cruise missiles or 24 AS-16 kickback short-range nuclear missiles. It is believed only 16 of these are operational. The Beriev A-50 is a Soviet-era AEW and C platform based on the Ilyushin IL-76 transport aircraft. It deploys the Vega-M radar. The detection range is 650 kilometers or 400 miles for aerial targets and 300 kilometers or 190 miles for ground targets. Large targets like surface ships in the open ocean can be tracked at a distance of 400 kilometers or 250 miles. The Vega-M can track up to 150 targets simultaneously. The aircraft can control up to 10 fighter aircraft for either air-to-air intercept or air-to-ground attack missions. Only 4 or 5 of these are functional, and it is even more valuable than the bombers. Reports suggest this operation was planned over 18 months. Ukraine's SBU smuggled FPV drones and wooden mobile cabins to Russia. The drones were hidden under the roofs of the cabins, and truckers were hired to ship them to locations near the air bases. It is likely that some of these truckers had no idea about the cargo, while few may be complicit. At the signal, the roofs opened remotely. Dozens of drones launched directly from the trucks, striking strategic aircraft. This was not a long-range strike. This was a strike from within. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky provided some insights. He said, Operation Spiderweb had made an absolutely brilliant result, which was achieved solely by Ukraine, indicating that no external parties were involved. The Ukrainian president also shared more details on how the operation was carried out, explaining that 117 drones had been used, each with its own pilot. He said in a post on Telegram, "The most interesting thing, and we can already say this publicly, is that the office of our operation on Russian territory was located right next to the FSB Federal Security Service of Russia, in one of their regions." Zelensky also said Ukraine managed not only to execute the operation, but also to safely withdraw the people involved. They were operating in different Russian regions, in 3 time zones. He explained, "Our most long-range operation, our people involved in preparing the operation were withdrawn from Russian territory in time." The attack targeted 5 bases, and the operation had different levels of success in each. In Belaya Air Base in Irkutsk Oblast, Siberia, it seems like there were several hits: 3 destroyed Tu-95, 1 possibly damaged Tu-95, 1 destroyed Tu-22M3, and 3 possibly destroyed Tu-22M3. In Dyagalevo Air Base in Ryazan Oblast, at least 7 explosions were reported. Reports suggest damage to Tu-95MS and Tu-22M3 bombers. In Ivanovo Severny Air Base in Ivanovo Oblast, which was previously struck on May 23, 2025, an A-50 may have been hit. In Olenya Air Base in Murmansk Oblast, at least 10 explosions were reported, possibly destroying 2 Tu-95MS and 3 Tu-160, as well as a gas station. In Ukrainka Air Base in Amur Oblast, the attempted attack failed due to a truck explosion carrying FPV drones. It is to be noted that the numbers can't be verified independently, but are not likely to be too different from the actual one. Ukrainian officials claim the attack damaged 41 strategic aircraft, with an estimated cost of $7 billion, while independent open-source intelligence estimates suggest at least 13 aircraft were hit. The commentary coming from Ukraine that it destroyed 34% of Russia's strategic bomber fleet seems to be exaggeration. It is more likely that Russia has suffered 10% loss, which by all means is big. The production line for these Soviet-era bombers are not functional, so replacing them with new ones may not be possible. It is likely that Russia will look to allocate its resources to a new bomber design, like Tupolev Pak-DA instead of these. But having that aircraft in service may take a decade. So we can say that Russia will have to operate with diminished strength for a pretty long time. This is worrisome since it is in the middle of a protracted conflict. This is a bigger catastrophe than losing Black Sea Fleet flagship, Moskva. This event brings key lessons for any military: absence of hardened aircraft shelters and other fortified infrastructure at bases in the age of drones is fraught with danger. Anti-drone systems like SAM batteries may not help every time, and a $350 drone could take out a multi-million-dollar warplane. Operation Spiderweb has also landed a physiological blow on Russia. There is now truck phobia. Every truck is being checked, resulting in massive traffic jams. From Ukraine's perspective, the operation was a major success. It managed to substantially dent Russian strategic military aviation using limited resources through asymmetric means. It remains to be seen how Russia reacts to this. The world must be ready for a major escalation.